Hey, welcome back to Change the Odds, where marriage and family were never meant to be a game of chance. Blaine and Adrienne,
Yes.
here we are.
Here we are.
How are we this morning?
How you doing, babe?
Fine.
Adrienne.
Oh, fine.
Oh, wow.
Better than
Okay.
it was.
Interesting.
Hey,
Fine.
Yep,
Fine's
fine
a level up.
Better than
We've
it
leveled
was.
up. Do we see? Let me ask you this: Are morning times tough for you, especially school mornings?
Yeah, I mean, there's other things going on in my body today too. So,
Okay. There we go. Okay.
Not mine.
So anyway,
So
Mine
back
is great.
off.
hey, all right.
Oh, what?
All right. I was so
Oh,
excited.
wait.
I was so excited. So it sounds like things could be a little bit more tense at this moment,
Yeah.
at this season. And what a perfect episode
Yes.
this is going to be.
Yes.
Do it. I'm ready
So
to fight.
we have Adrienne and Blaine have
Yes.
gone on Instagram,
Yes.
and you have asked for what are the fights that people are having,
Yes.
and we're gonna start with one today to see
Yes.
how it goes.
Yes.
I like this.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
I-
we're very excited, Kevin. You are the guru of analyzing our We're very
Other
good
people.
At,
I'm
we're
good at
other people. Yes,
analyzing
that's
other
fine.
people,
That's
yes.
fine. That's fine.
We'll take it.
And we have taken it, and we, I think, enjoy a good fight. I think the listener would understand that we're not afraid to have a good fight because on the other side, there's a lot of freedom and there's love and there's growth,
There you
right?
go.
So therefore, we wanted to bring forward a few fights
Okay.
that followers on Instagram have brought to our attention so that they too,
How do they follow you on Instagram, by the way?
Adrienne,
At Adrienne Neufeld.
There we go.
ADRIENNENEUFELD.
Okay,
Oh,
don't pull over and write
It's a
that
lot
one
of
down.
N's and a lot of
Yes.
U's.
it's not Neufelder.
Not Neufelder. That's
And not
exactly right.
Newfield.
Oh,
Anyways, can I ask a
Yes.
question? You said good fights. Are there such a thing as bad fights? Or are all fights...
Oh, 100%.
Okay, never mind.
100%. No. I think the more important thing is to recognize there's such thing as good fights.
right.
Well, that
Yeah.
just struck
Yeah.
a chord. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like a good fight is a skill.
It's a skill. Well done. It moves you forward. It helps you. It actually draws you closer together. This is an interesting thing to me is two couples can have the exact same disagreement. And on the other end of it, one couple could feel extremely disconnected and
Yeah.
the other couple actually feel more connected. And so many times what we think is healthy couples fight less. A lot of times healthy couples fight more.
And
Right.
well.
And fight well, and then that actually leads to their connection. It's a deeper connection. But that goes back to the point of, do we have this underlying emotional connection upon which everything else we're experiencing? If we don't, then a fight is going to drive us further apart. If we do, then a fight's probably going to actually bring us closer together.
So it's almost like we want to be a part of like the Fight Well Club.
Oh,
Fight well. Ooh, fight well.
I don't know.
Is she
Oh.
testing names?
The marriage fight club.
Yeah. Let's get in the
Well
ring,
Club.
shall we?
Marriage.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ding, ding, ding.
there
Ding,
we
ding,
go.
ding.
Well done.
Wow,
Look at
marketing guru. over
Adrienne
here.
has shown up
Yes,
today.
she
I like
has.
this.
And who knew? Based on this
It's
morning.
always a guess.
You're welcome. Keeping it exciting.
And we're happy she's here.
We love Adrienne. We love
Yes.
her to be
thank
here.
Okay, so ding, ding, ding. First fight. Can I
Okay.
just kind of give you the context
All right,
of
let's,
it? Or
let's
what's
process
the...
through. Yeah,
Okay.
let me hear it.
So one of our friends, they messaged us in and they said this: I put my keys in the same spot every day. When she can't find hers, she uses mine and then loses them.
Oh my.
Oh, we missed you. Okay, we'll just throw that one in there. And then she is usually way more structured, but she packs her schedule too full and it's always in a rush and usually just grabs whatever is convenient as she runs out the door. Or her keys are in one of her 18
Ooh, it's a little jab
purses.
there. That's a
Oh,
punch.
wow.
That's kind
Wow,
of a
we
throat
won't-
punch.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not fighting fair, is it, Kevin?
That's something right
But
there.
let's continue on. I'm usually more the scattered one, but I need specific areas to place my things. Otherwise, I'll never find them.
Oh, that's growth.
He's figured it out.
He's learned something about himself.
Please hold all comments to the end.
So sorry.
So when my keys are not there when I look for them, I spend 30 to 60 seconds searching for them, thinking I've gone insane. And I'm trying to search her purses, multiple purses again. But it's like an endless chasm? Chasm. Okay.
Yes.
Reading is important. Encourage you guys to read more. I have Hot Wheels, cars, Lego, minifigures, tampons, eyeliners, chapsticks, lotions, and a random $20 bill in that purse.
Sweet.
That is the fight we're dealing with, Kevin.
Okay.
Let's begin.
Interesting. So how does this resonate with y'all? So if y'all were going, I mean, is it very typical? Adrienne would be the wife here and Blaine would be the husband, or what does that look like?
No,
for y'all?
I don't think so, actually.
No.
I think I'm the husband in this situation
Okay.
where I am pretty organized with my things. I would put my keys in the same spot. You usually come in, you're like, where's my wallet?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Where's my wallet?
Because
I just had it.
there's probably 4 places I'll typically put it,
Mm-hmm.
but I will say, not to like give any clues of how to deal with this particular thing. She got super organized in our house,
Yeah.
and now we have a little tray.
Oh.
I know that's where the keys
Home
go.
sort. Did Home Sort come over
No,
and take care of you?
it was Adrienne's
Okay.
sort.
Oh,
I
there
did
we
it
go.
myself, but I am friends with them.
Sorry,
and
Home
I-
Sort.
We'll use it next time.
So much for them being a sponsor.
No, but I am inspired by them.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
100%.
Instagram. Yeah.
But you would be very organized.
I
I would
am-
be the chaos one.
But I do resonate with like the mom brain of having like 1,000 things in your
Yeah.
purse that half the time aren't even yours. You're just
Yes.
like, okay, put it in my like my
Yeah.
purse is big and heavy
Mhm.
a lot of the time. So I get the chaos of like stuff
Yeah.
and kids and scattered brain.
hmm
But I always know where my keys are.
Yeah.
Also, we have a Tesla now, so it's
Oh,
pretty
that's
easy
nice.
Oh.
on your phone.
Spelled your phone.
No, it's kind of tricky. I show up at work on occasion now without a key because I don't have to have a key.
Yeah.
Because it's just your phone. and,
Yeah.
Mhm.
we don't have that technology. All right, so let's talk about how do we want to break something like this down? And,
Right.
and this is how I look at conflict of what's going on. And some of this is going to have to be guesswork here because we don't have more information, and we can actually use the two of you
Mhm.
if we want. But here's what we got to look at whenever it comes to fights: is we want to look at what are the underlying things that we automatically bring into every single conversation. Because if we're not careful, what happens is we get so caught up on the surface level issue
Mhm.
Mhm.
that we miss what's underneath the table, what we're bringing to the table, those kind of things. So one of the things I would encourage every couple to do, we can assist you in that, is to know your personality and to know your attachment style. Because your personality is going to be, how do I attend to the world? How do I pay attention? And then also what's really important to me. So it's basically, where do I find safety?
Yep.
And so we've talked about this before: head, heart, gut, right? All those things. Of if you're a head person, the idea of predictability is so important to you. You find safety in, I know where my keys are going to
Yep.
be, right?
Mhm.
Somebody that's more heart driven now, they find relationship and they find safety in the relationship and the consistency of what's going on. And then someone more gut driven, they find safety in action.
Mhm.
So you can almost even begin to hear, I don't know, this is guesswork clearly. You can almost begin to hear that maybe the husband here could be more head centric. So he's looking for the predictability. I put my keys in the same place every single time. This is me. This is
Yeah.
me to a T.
Yeah.
I put my keys there. Why? Because I know they're going to be there.
Mhm.
In an emergency, I want to know that they're there. I don't want to spend time looking for them. I never want to be in a situation where I don't have what I need to get done, what I want to get done. I want you to be able to depend upon me. And so how do I do that? I make things more certain in my life. Now, he made mention here that in other areas, he's not necessarily this way.
Right.
So this may not be his exact personality, but to me, he's sounding very possible. You know, if you want to go Enneagram number, he could be a 6-wing 7, 7-wing 6, that kind of thing. But more importantly, I think for me is maybe in a more head-centric kind of concept. Whereas she sounds like she's worried about action. I got so much to do.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter in the moment whose keys I take.
Right.
The issue is I got to go.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so what is this? This is more gut driven,
Mhm.
right? This could be Jenny and I to a T because so Jenny's a 1-wing 2. And so it is action. I got too many things to do. I can just grab your keys now.
Yeah.
25 years in, that no longer happens
Yeah.
because we've had those
Yeah.
discussions
Yeah.
of how much it drives me crazy. But she will always know where my keys are.
Right. I know them a little bit,
Mhm.
and this one is a doer. She's a
Yep.
go-getter.
Yeah.
She is
So that's the
a
gut.
company owner. She gets things going and doing.
Yeah.
He
Could be.
will-
By the way, it's one of two things. It's either gut or it could be a little bit of heart. So like a 2 on the Enneagram now, somebody that's bonding outward is that go getter, get things done as well. So I'm going to tag her as either a 1-wing 2 or a 2-wing 1. So
and
it's
I
right
don't
there.
know Enneagram enough to know what you're talking about when you say numbers. So I'm trying to think of the person. So
Yeah.
when you say, what do you speak my terms on?
So
these
you
here?
know the whole idea of head, heart, gut. We've
Yeah,
talked
oh,
about
yeah.
this
No,
before.
but
You just
like
don't know what a
outward
1
Just
action.
a 1, a 2, a 7, 8,
generally
9.
a
So
1?
so a 1's going to be thinking about Jenny, thinking
Okay.
about somebody extremely successful, does so many different things, gut driven,
Okay.
now inward focused.
Okay.
So in this situation, With Jenny, gut driven, it's action.
Yeah.
Keys are there. I'm taking the keys. Inward,
But
I'm
she's not thinking about
I'm
if
not
they're your keys.
necessarily considering the impact of how this might work out beyond me. Now, a 2 is going to be different. A 2 actually is going to be heart driven, outward.
Okay.
So it's now what matters is outward. I have this thing I have to go do. So the fixation is on that, not on the relationship back with the husband.
Okay.
And so the keys are just the gateway to go make this happen.
do it.
Because it's going to be uncaring.
Right.
If I don't accomplish, if I don't get the kids to school, if I don't go to this thing I've signed up for. And so it's just this very outward experience of what is taking place. And he's probably back over there again, 6, 7, more head driven. I need certainty.
Okay.
And you just removed the certainty from me.
Okay.
And now, depending on here's what this looks like. I think healthy relationship, strong attachments, all those kind of things. It's frustrating and funny. If they're in a healthy place, it's probably a recurring theme. He might even get to a point where he ends up hiding a key that she doesn't even know about.
Nice.
That
For
way,
his certainty.
when she takes his key, haha.
Yeah.
I still got it, right? And it's a great way to navigate
good video idea.
that kind of concept.
Write
Instead of trying to force her into changing who she is.
Yes.
That's not necessarily going to happen.
Yes.
Well, leverage your certainty even more.
Yeah.
And then don't tell her that part, right? This is
Is that manipulation?
It's a good lie.
no, it's
Good
that's-
fights,
That's
good
not,
lies.
yes. That's
I
not
don't know about
manipulation. I mean, manipulation would be I am literally hiding this to harm you.
Right. You're like,
you
I
can
know
tell-
where the key is, and I'm not going
You're
to tell
actually
you.
empowering her here.
You could tell her, I have one hidden, so don't worry about it. Take whatever you
Take
want.
whatever you need,
Yeah.
and I've got it.
But then,
Right.
but then if I'm him, I'm like, she'll never learn. She'll never learn
Yeah.
how to keep track of her stuff, and
Yeah.
I'm always going to be picking up the pieces. That's what I would. be
Yeah,
thinking.
and she may not.
And
So then, how do you live with that?
But here's
I say we make
Because
a great
I'm
team.
feeling frustrated already inside about this.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's a great point, Adrienne. So here's what happens. Now there are communications that take place of here's what this does to me.
Mm-hmm.
And so what happens is we're going to assist. We're going to take her. Let's say she's more heart driven. We're going to bring her heart into having compassion for me. Let's say she's more gut driven. We're going to see how that behavior actually limits my own action, agency, and activity. We're going to help her see it from my side. Of this is what it looks like to be on the other side of you
Right.
here. Now, I understand at times it's going to happen. So basically, what has to happen? He has to get more flexible. All right, this is going to happen on occasion. This is why I love her. This is why things get done. If it were only just up to me, things wouldn't happen the way they do. This is great. She brings me out of my shell, more unpredictability in my life. This is great. Now, she has to begin to go, okay, I need to see how my actions actually impact him. So don't forget this. Just because somebody has an outward attention to life doesn't mean that they can't have an inward view at times.
Right.
It means this is their primary thing. What do we need to do? We need to develop.
Work on.
So outward, inward, dyadic, right? Outward, inward, relational. So there are times I'm dyadic, you're dyadic. There are times in which I need to be very outward. Well, I can learn that. There are other times I need to be very inward. I can learn that. Doesn't come natural to me.
Got it.
So both of them now have to begin to work on how can I begin to think about the other and see how this is impacting to some extent. But not only do you have some personality things that are going on here, you could also have some attachment issues that are taking place. And I don't know, but it's possible that he could have a little bit more of an anxious pathway. And so think about what's going on here. The blame's all going to be on her, right? You and I share this, right? Remember what we said previously. Anytime we're thinking they need a change,
Right.
hang on.
Yeah.
What about me?
Mm-hmm.
And it could be that she has a little bit more of an avoidant pathway, which is I'm going to keep myself so busy that I really never have to think about myself or him or anything that's going on here.
Yeah, don't have the time.
Yeah, we got too much to do.
Yeah.
Right. And so here's what I think whenever it comes to couples breaking down these fights, and here's the way I do it with couples when they're in my office or whatever on Zoom. It is this: what is your personality? Okay, head, heart, gut, inward, outward, dyadic, all those kind of things. Let's see what you're bringing to the table and what's really going to trigger you. Because here, I think it's obvious. He is finding safety in certainty. She is finding safety in action. Great. We got to value those two things, but we have to recognize that's important to our spouse. How do we help them with that? Because we're not going to change that underlying need that's there. There's nothing wrong with it. Let's lean into it.
Right.
And then let's look. So we look at personality. Then let's look at attachment. So personality, you could sometimes frame in a little bit more positive way. Here's what I need. Attachment could be a little bit more negative. Here's the non-secure ways I'm dealing with this. That really can begin to change. And so it could be that instead of seeing what role he plays in this a little bit, I don't know. This sounds a little one-sided. I mean, you're telling your own story.
It's
Right.
his side
So of
of
course
the
it is.
story.
Right.
Yeah,
I
of
would
course it
be
is.
interested to hear what
Yeah.
she thinks.
Yeah.
But was
Yeah.
there any element? Remind me. Was there any element in the story in which he's saying, "Hey, here's what I do wrong. Here's what I need to change. Here's what I."
No, but he did
or was
say
it-
he was like he said I am more scattered normally, so when I've created this spot so I know where my keys are.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
But that's still, look at what I've done. In other words, and I'm not blaming him in
True.
any way, right? This is y'all's friend. I don't know who it is, but I'm not blaming him in any way. But what I am saying is, if somebody with a more anxious pathway tells the story is generally going to be, hey, here's what they're doing.
Not what I'm doing.
They need to change. Instead of, hey, here's what so a secure pathway would be, hey, here's the situation. They're doing this. I can see how I'm doing this and what contributes to that. Help us. A more anxious pathway really is help us. And what they really mean is help them. Help that person change. Because if they'll change, then
Then we're
fine.
happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And whereas avoidant is then in this kind of moment is going to be much more, I don't even see the problem.
Yeah.
Let's just move forward.
I have many thoughts as you continue to talk. Some about them, some about just general. One question I want you to get to on this type of pairing of personalities and attachments is what other common problems could arise in this relationship. But then also, I know his sarcastic tone. He will make fun of himself a little bit of the journey, right? He typically is the one he would rather his expense than her expense. He would obviously like try to defend her in it. So some of this is a joke. It's on Instagram. But it's a little bit true.
Yeah.
But I'm more curious on how do you get into a secure form of that attachment for him, for those guys or girls that are anxious about that, because my third thought is the prehab version of this thing, right? So it's like, I'm excited to fight her.
Like with
Wow.
our words, not
With words.
Well,
Because
clarify.
we're secure.
yeah.
Okay, so now if I'm excited to fight her because we're secure, I
Just sounds
know
wrong.
that we're going to improve
Yeah,
our
yeah.
marriage.
Yeah, yeah.
It's going to
Right.
grow. But now I'm fearful of the person. Here I go again of worrying about the other person. Is their security enough to deal with the problem?
Yeah.
If
And
it isn't, should they deal with the problem?
And it so sounds like here, and I don't know, we're reading a lot
Yes,
into
yes.
it really sounds like here, this is a good couple.
Great,
They're in great place.
couple.
So they have created that.
Yeah.
And now what's giving me evidence of that, in my opinion, is there is a joking element to
Yeah.
this. There is a here we go again,
Yes.
but not I'm going to strangle her.
Correct.
It is, this is what we do.
Yeah.
So that it sounds like there's a really healthy aspect that's
Yes.
going on here. And you can even sense it in the midst, and whenever we compare this to other things that we have received, other comments that we get, right, when people text into marriage to 56316, that kind of thing. So the good news is they've created that. So how do you create that?
Yeah.
This is how do we create the emotional connection? Are we creating space for one another? Are we seeing each other? Are we revealing the hearts of each other? Or have we built trust and respect and vulnerability? Are we friends, partners, and lovers? I mean,
Yeah.
these are the things that
Yeah.
are really being
They sound
shown.
like they're friends.
Yeah.
They are
Because
friends.
they can joke.
Yeah.
She's got 18 purses.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
You
they
know.
ironically, they're great partners. So they
Yeah.
do a ton. He does some ministry. She's in ministry. They're both in business together.
Yeah.
These
No, you can
guys
hear it.
are top notch.
You can hear it. You can hear it.
I haven't asked them about the lover part.
Which,
I hope.
well,
fine.
let's
That's fine.
All the best.
Hey, we have a call in. No, so you can hear all that. And so think about this. If you're driving around the road listening to this, or you've tuned into YouTube, consider this. If this issue happened in your relationship, would it be a
Yeah.
funny thing that actually kind of brings you together?
Yeah.
Or would it be the start
Yeah.
of what's going to be a fight for the next
Yeah.
24 hours?
Yeah.
Because here's what happens. It's never about the keys.
No.
Here's where this goes. Healthy relationship, keys, they're gone. Oh my goodness. It stays with the keys. And then it goes into the connection we have. I love you. I appreciate you. This is the downside of what it's like to be on the other side of you. It's
Right.
life. We'll figure it out.
Right.
Unhealthy relationship. Keys. Well, I can't fight about keys for that long.
Right.
Because it's
Silly.
not, the emotion I have within me and the topic that is actually being presented are not in sync. So I have to then take this, I have to pivot to a place that is more significant that matches my emotion.
Ooh,
And so
dig deeper.
I go from the keys to, well, you never.
Yes.
Or you don't do enough. I'm doing all of this stuff.
You don't care about me.
I'm a go-getter.
Yeah, that's exactly
You know,
right.
maybe if you did
Yeah.
more stuff.
Why don't you catch up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe this could be Adrienne's part in this whole thing.
This-
Yeah,
She's-
I will take the fight to the next level.
Clearly.
You want to go?
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's exactly what I was thinking when the scenario was brought. I was like, oh, I see where this could go really bad.
Yes.
Because she's really going. She might feel like he's not keeping up
Yeah.
or, you know.
Yeah.
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 And then take the other side of that. Take the other side of that for him.
Yeah.
Although this is
Yeah.
reversed a little bit in
Yeah.
this
Oh, well.
situation.
Yeah.
I just
But-
am very dyadic. So.
Very, very well done.
Yeah,
Very
thank
well
you.
done.
Wow.
So what could he be feeling in this moment?
Adrienne.
Yeah, I like how Adrienne's going to take both sides of this debate.
Well,
I like that.
I know her side. I know that there'll be
Yeah.
times in my mind, in the human flesh mind of sin and not a good marriage is, why can't you keep up? Come on, we're doing this, we're doing that.
Yeah.
Let's go. And then when you say, shut up, I am doing my part for us,
Uh-huh.
I'm like, ooh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
She actually is keeping up
Yeah,
far
yeah,
more than
yeah.
I see.
Man, yes.
But I'm so selfishly thinking
Well,
about my going getting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
That or he's gonna get more frustrated at the fact that she is not as organized as him.
Yes. Yes. He could feel taken advantage of.
Yeah.
He could feel
Like,
unseen.
I'm very responsible
Look,
with
I-
my time.
yes.
And maybe it doesn't look as messy as yours,
Can't
but
we-
I've actually got it under
Yeah.
control.
Can't we be adults here?
Yeah.
Like this is something.
Yeah.
I mean, he could feel this. I'm not
Yeah.
saying this is the accurate
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Right. I don't expect my children to put my stuff back to where they got them. Right.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
I expect
because
you to.
I know, yes.
So he can feel like she doesn't really care about me. She doesn't respect who I am. And notice this. This is kind of interesting. Is because she's up there in that kind of agency area. She might be heart, might be head, might be gut. But he can actually feel like his gut's being attacked. His agency's being attacked.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm trying to take care of myself. It doesn't
Sure.
come naturally to me.
Yeah, but I'm working hard. I'm
working
doing my
on-
best.
And now you're not partnering with me.
You're
And
not
so,
seeing the efforts I've made
that's
already.
exactly right. So the partnership could deteriorate. It's not happening here.
No.
This is what they're getting right.
Right.
The partnership in an unhealthy relationship could begin to deteriorate. That is going to ebb into the friendship, which will eventually
Yeah.
begin to hurt the bedroom and what's going on.
How about this? Another topic, finances. So now
Yeah.
you have a conservative mindset of safety, savings. You've got a mindset of
Same
I'm going,
thing.
I'm doing. I'm trying to relate all these fights
It's the
because they're
same
very
thing.
similar.
Yeah.
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 And it's like, you didn't respect our savings? What's going on here?
Yeah.
'Cause, well, no, we're doing this, we're doing that. Trust me. Like,
Well, and here's where that could go as well. And it doesn't sound like it's happening here.
No.
But notice the difference between a healthy routine and habit to give some predictability to life and rigidity.
yes.
He could not. It's not happening here. But a personality like this could then get into a rigidity that then, you gotta play by the rules. Here's exactly how everything has to be. All my safety is built around these rules that I have created. So instead of kind of Dan Siegel's idea of the river, the flow of energy,
Yes.
where we're flexible and adaptable, stable,
Yes.
right? So his putting the keys there every time could lead to a stability. And then he recognized sometimes it won't happen. That's adaptable and flexible. But rigidity is you take those keys, ball game.
Yeah.
The fight is on.
My
And then
world has
that
collapsed.
goes into every area
Yeah.
of if you spend, I'm looking at how much you're spending at Starbucks.
Yep.
And if you spend one dime
Is
over,
that a form of OCD too?
I was wondering if it would
it
develop
can
into-
be.
Can it
be.
develop into that?
It can be, but then it can also just be a concept. Maybe it's almost a relational OCD. I don't know if that exists or not.
Let's coin that
we
term.
We need Stephanie Kane on here to tell us if we're where we're going.
Let's.
But it is this idea of this rigidity is a coping mechanism for that flows from an unhealthiness in life.
Yeah.
And so I can go this way very quickly.
Really?
Shocking.
You
isn't it?
with the button comb over.
Did she say comb over? Doesn't-
Kind of.
That doesn't a comb over imply like I'm covering?
Yeah, but you've like combed it to the side.
Yes.
It's a bit of
It's a part.
a parting over.
It's a parting, but it's not a comb over yet.
Well,
I
okay,
had to
I see what you mean. There's no like you're not covering over anything.
No, we're on that way. We're on that.
What are you covering up there?
Let's unbutton the shirt and get into it.
So think about what.
Ding, ding, ding.
But
Next fight.
But hey, I'm so rigid. There's a shirt on underneath, right?
Right,
So
right.
So
Let's dive in.
Dan Siegel's going to talk about rigidity and chaos are these two edges of the river that we want to stay out of. That whenever we're healthy, we're flexible, we're adaptable, we're coherent, we're energized, we're stable. This is what a healthy relationship looks like. Whenever we're unhealthy, we each either go to a rigidity. What are the rules? I'll follow the rules. We have to follow the rules. That's where we find safety. Or it's just all out chaos.
Right.
You can hear here that if they were to go negative, he would be rigid, she would be chaotic, and that would be disaster. But instead, I think what's happening here, they've created these healthy attachments, which now allows his rigidity actually gets into a healthy spot of predictability. Her chaos gets into a healthy spot of action and activity.
Yeah.
And now they can wed that together in a beautiful way. But notice, there's still going to be these little rubs,
Oh,
these
yeah.
frictions of it's still not.
18 purses.
It's still, yeah.
18
It's-
like that's where my mind goes on his personality
Yeah.
versus why do we have 18 purses?
Yeah.
Let's be a little bit more
Organized?
conservative.
Maybe.
Oh yeah.
Maybe. You know, I'm just
Maybe we
wondering.
have-
Notice even this. Notice the difference here of a healthy 18 purses in that financially we're fine.
Right.
Everything's great. I wouldn't have more than one.
Right.
She has 18.
Yeah.
It's a playful, funny
Yeah.
thing we can come back
Yes.
to.
Yeah.
Versus a passive aggressive. Our finances are not
She's spending
good.
all her money on her purses.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I can't actually say that. I can't have an actual honest conversation in which I'm going to assert this opinion that I have that, hey, we shouldn't spend money that way. So I'm going to be over here chirping in the background,
Yeah.
pretending like it's okay, right? That which ironically in that moment, that could show that he might have a little bit more avoidant tendency. So I'm going to
Oh.
joke about it instead of actually deal with it.
Ooh, that's good
Right?
too.
And so notice how all these things, if we're not very careful, there's a healthy way to do
Yep.
them and an unhealthy way to do them. And so we can quickly justify what we're doing
Yeah.
as, no, I'm just laughing. I'm just not that big a deal. What's really going on underneath the surface, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we have time for another fight?
No, we
No.
don't.
We don't.
Well,
No, we don't. We're still in this one.
But then we got.
I still got more with this
You
one.
still got more?
Oh,
Adrienne, I like how Adrienne wants to check out of the fight.
I know. I'm
Next- hey,
liking the fight.
The next episode.
She likes.
Okay.
We'll do
she
more
likes
the next
drama.
episode.
I love drama.
So I got a couple things. One, let's look at some practical ways
Yes.
of how this couple can go about it.
Yes.
Fine.
Right? There,
She solved it in her head,
Uh-huh.
so she's good.
Yeah,
Do
I
you-
already know. I already can picture them like she's like walking out the door and he's like, "Here's your keys," and like she goes, and
Yeah.
they're like,
and they're
a
laughing.
team.
She's
Yeah.
going. She's haha.
And he's like, "Oh,
Oh,
honey, you're so
honey, yeah.
funny with your 18
Let
purses."
me clean up. And he also said that we're left out. So there's like, can you put away your purses? I love this guy, and I know that it's all in good fun.
Okay, but
Uh-huh.
I'm in it.
Okay,
Let's do it.
So one thing they've already done right, is that they've created humor in this situation. Not literally, not I don't think not passive aggressive criticism, but this idea of, look, we're different people, we have different perspectives. Life is going to have these things. If you do not have places of humor in your relationship, very important that both people find it humorous. So it can't be one of
Okay.
these things.
Right, 'cause then
Remember,
you're
let me take
making
you back to
fun
my
of-
childhood. We can't use this illustration anymore
Right.
because the Cosby Show.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
We can't use this. But if you remember Cliff's parents, there was one story that he would always tell. And he told it for all these years. And it finally came out. She's hated it for 60 years. That he's been telling this story. And the whole episode is finally the revelation that's been hidden all these years. Well, why didn't you tell him 60 years ago? Right? So it cannot be, he jokes about this. She actually is taking it personally and they're not communicating about it. It has to be the shared space of, hey, we're different people. This isn't a moral issue. It's not right or wrong.
Right.
Hey, this is the downside of being married to me. And the downside of being married to you is how much you care about this. And so, but there's playfulness in this. They've done that.
Yeah.
We've created a playfulness that is there. There's a very practical aspect of what we could actually do here as well, which is she can begin to learn from him. Oh,
Yes.
here's how I don't lose my keys.
Mhm.
If I can begin to get in this habit. And so what if we created this kind of mutual spot that things just go. And whenever you walk in, this is where you
That's what
place the
we've done.
keys. This is
Literally
where
what
you
we've
place the
done.
phone. This is where the
Yeah.
shoes always are. And so now, granted, times, there are going to be times which is not there. But literally, if he is later in the house and he sees her keys,
Yes.
he laughs, he picks them up, and he takes them back to the spot.
Yep.
And she isn't there then going, oh my goodness, you moved my keys. No, it's not that. It is, no, we put them back into our
It's like
place.
training.
Yes.
On that point, because I now know how she would feel on the other side of that, I feel so less stressful in the mornings
Yes.
because I go and I walk out and boop, boop, I get my keys and I'm on my wallet is right there.
Yeah.
And it's like I would have just put it on the countertop probably once in a while, upstairs once in a while.
Yeah.
And then I'd be like, kids, can you just please help me find my wallet? Dad's got to get going. It's also creating stress in the home, right? Which you've done a great job, babe.
Oh,
Thank you.
Look at that.
And you are so excited when you clean those cupboards.
it felt
and-
great.
Oh, it
But
feels so
notice just the practical way right there. We can begin to lessen instead of just allowing this to go. In other words, this really became an issue for the couple. Instead of allowing it, what's a very practical way we can just kind of try to solve this in some way? And then I think a third aspect within this. So they've already got humor. Let's do a practical response here. Then let's begin to appreciate the difference in the personalities. That he now is bringing this predictability. She's bringing this work and accessibility of what's going on. Let's leverage that now for our own well-being and recognize this really is one of our strengths here. Now, it's going to have some downsides to it. Again, we're different people, but let's lean into this and to appreciate who this is about each other. It's funny to me that I'm to a place now with Jenny where there are times in which she'll say something or not do something or whatever. And my first thought is, oh man, I wish, and then it hits me. Oh, no. That's the downside of all the good side.
Right.
And I appreciate the good side so much more than just this little negative thing here of, I wish, I wish she liked golf, one of those kind of things. Who cares in comparison to all the greatness that is out there? And to view that picture of Jenny is bringing to me action.
Yes.
We are getting things done. I'm getting far more done with her. I am bringing to her some ease, some predictability that she would not maybe have on her own. Let's enjoy that element of who we actually are.
And when you're only from my perspective, but like when you're a go-getter, I'm gonna go do a bunch of things. When the biggest thing that Adrienne's ever said to me was when we came down here and she was praying, she heard from God. And remember this was like, I am supposed to support you, and I'm good with that. That was the most freeing thing for me because of the safety and security I had underneath of taking these risks and going for it. Even as a risk taker, sometimes we get scared and fearful of it and we have doubts. To know that the partner is stable and secure, that helped me big time, right? So it's like the go-getter, you're good and you can work hard and all these things, but don't take for granted the stability that the spouse can bring as well.
Adrienne, what would be a takeaway for you from this fight?
I'm enjoying the fights. That's my takeaway. I want to do more and I want to fight some more. So
Let's fight.
Let's close with kind of this basic concept. First of all, if people want to send their fights in, they can text marriage to 56316. They can go to Our Life with at Adrienne Neufeld.
Yep, on Instagram, Adrienne Neufeld, the 2 N's in Adrienne. And you can either DM us or if we have a story, we'll put a story with like one of those question boxes. We'll do it every so often so we can get more fights going.
Yeah. So let's close with this thought. Every couple has a keys story.
Yes.
Right? But it's not really about the keys. It's about what the keys represent. And so for one, it was the idea of a missing key says you can't count on me. For the other, the frustration was you're always trying to control me. But that's not it. But whenever that's the perspective, then suddenly a $5 keychain becomes a 15-minute fight, all because of what's going on underneath the table. But here's the thing. It's not ultimately about finding the keys. It's about finding each other. How can we connect now in the midst of what's going on? Whenever we can begin to change from lecturing each other to now laughing about the scenario, finding a system that actually solves the problem in some way, then the next thing you know, we may not have found the keys, but we have found love. And then this
Beautiful.
fight becomes transformative. And you know what happens whenever we begin to transform fights?
What's
I
that,
have a
Kev?
guess.
What is it? We might.
Change the odds.
We'll see you next time.